When you think about games that broke gaming boundaries, that evolutionized gaming forever, and that elevated gaming to levels we've never seen before, you think about amazing video game movies, such as the B-movie game, Finding Nemo, G-Force, Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, and Alvin and the Chipmunks. How could I forget that one? The Alvin and Chipmunks video game at one point in history was considered the Mona Lisa of video games because it was that good. Now, without these revolutionary types of games, gaming would still be in the Stone Ages. But what exactly happened to these types of games? Why are they no longer made? Are they too good to even be made? Or is there a better reason for why these types of games are no longer being made anymore? Well, that's what we're going to be finding out in today's video. So get out your big brains and start massaging it, because we're about to solve a mystery. The mystery isn't exactly that hard to solve, to be honest. In fact, it's pretty obvious why I don't know why I said it like I'm Russian or something, video games. It's pretty obvious why video game movies are hardly a thing on console anymore. You see, back in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, it was very common for a movie to come out and then a video game to follow it. It was almost standard procedure, like having a one night stand with a girl and never speaking to them again. It's just protocol, it's just something you do.
Tommy gun shit.
Now, the reason these video games even existed in the first place was because of
money.
It was just simply an easy way to milk the name of the movie and make a few bucks for the movie producers as well as the game developers. It was pretty much free money. A game about a bee isn't that interesting and would probably sell as many copies as a 2 Chainz album in 2020. But if you slap it with the B-movie name, then all of a sudden you would sell out quicker than Susan Wojcicki's OnlyFans. Now, back then it was pretty easy to make a sensational movie video game. It was pretty easy. The technology wasn't too advanced and the gaming wasn't too advanced at that point, so you could get away with making a terrible cheap video game. But now you can't really get away with it, seeing as it's a lot more expensive to make a video game due to the technological advancements in the gaming development realm. The devs kits are a lot more expensive, the licensing is a lot more expensive, everything in general is just a lot more expensive. I'm not even talking about the gaming realm, everything in general. Like, I remember going to the shop, getting a Freddos for 10p, and they were the days. That was living large. But now you can get the wrapper for about 10 quid and the chocolate costs an extra 30 quid if you want it. Video game movies are no longer made on console for the simple reason that they are just too expensive to develop, and the developers would probably put more money into the game than they would see out of it. So it's simply just not worth it. Kind of like buying a Rice Gum song. It's just not worth it, it's pointless, and it's childish behaviour. And that's simply the reason why video games are hardly a thing on console now. They're just simply too expensive to make and not worth the effort. Hence why all the video game movies have switched over to mobile. It's a lot easier and a lot cheaper to develop a video game on mobile than it is to develop one on console. It's also a lot easier to monetize as well. You can monetize the game on mobile a lot easier than you would be able to on console. On mobile, you can probably have ads running, you could probably have in-app purchases and microtransactions, etc, etc. It's just a lot better in general, you know. It's just cheaper, it's simpler, it's more monetizable, it's just a better option, it's a cheaper option, and it's just the smarter option to do. Bruh. The only reason video game movies were ever put on console in the first place was because that's the only place developers could put them. Mobiles simply weren't as advanced as they are now as they were back then. They just weren't there. They weren't at a technological standpoint where you could do that. So they had to put them on consoles. But now the technology in mobiles has caught up, and now the current mobiles have more power in them than the computers that guided the Apollo 11 rocket. Are you kidding me? Did you just hear me right? Yes, you did. The mobile phone you have in your hand right now has more power in it than the computers that guided the Apollo 11 rocket. That is big brain knowledge. Jeez. So it's just a lot easier to develop games on mobile now. It's a lot easier, it's a lot more efficient, it's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more monetizable. You can make a lot more money on a mobile, terrible mobile game about a movie than you could on console. It's just easier, right? That's all I have to say. That's pretty much it. Like, subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'm pretty sure you do, because this video was amazing. Try and find one flaw in this video. I bet you can't.